Hey everybody, what's good? We're back again with another Adventist music reaction video. I'm your one truly, today we're checking out Rudo Acapella Zambia, and we're going to react to a song that they did titled There Is a Land. Let's go. So it starts with a vintage arrangement. Okay, clean visuals. I love the color grading as well.
There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar.
How many of us can relate to this hymn? There's a land that is fairer than day. I think it's well sung in local language. And what I mean is, you can get to feel that that connection, between you and the song, as you reflect upon the lyrics in your mother tongue. And this is why, I've come to believe and understand that there are certain hymns, and certain songs that just hit differently when they are sung in your mother tongue. And this right here, I think, is one of those songs that maybe I would enjoy singing in my mother tongue.
For the Father is all the way to prepare us a dwelling place day. There's a land that is fairer than day, and by faith we can see it afar.
Sing, brother.
The Father is over the way to prepare us a dwelling place there. In that sweet, by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet, by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. Oh, in that sweet, by and by, we shall meet on that beautiful shore. In the sweet, by and by.
Okay. Preach. Let me just stress this point here. You see, when you pay particular attention to this song, you get to understand that the theology, or rather the message that we find here, basically reminds us of a land, that is being prepared, as John chapter 14 will put it. Jesus, gives this promise to his disciples, reassuring them that, hey, I go to prepare a place for you so that where I'll be, you also be. And he further says, like in my father's mansions, in my father's house, are many mansions, you see. So this song, gets that narrative, and then just focuses on how beautiful it's going to be in that place, a place where, there won't be any depression, there won't be any death, there won't be any sorrow, no tears, no death, whatsoever, affliction, pain, misery that is there today. We look forward to that place that will not have any of these hardships that we are facing today. So there is a land that, God is preparing for us, so that where He is, we may also be. And then a call is given now that, it's not for every Jim and Jack, that is entitled, to this promise, but only a blessed, faithful number, those that, believe, those, that have, that steadfast hope, which is practical in their lives, are the ones that the Bible, would tell us, that, hey, these are the ones, these are they, and John saw them, these are they, that endured, trials and tribulations. These are they that James would tell you that blessed is a man that endureth trial. After he's been tried, they will receive a crown of life. These are they that the Bible will tell you about, that are going to inherit this beautiful land in the sweet by and by. um I just love how they are able to blend, the local languages and English, just to spice up the rhythm. I don't know if we're feeling the same thing, but for me, just that blend in rhythm, the melody, that is produced because of the diversity in language, just sinks more thoughts deeper, in my mind of how beautiful this land is going to be. And I'm looking forward to it because, I mean, I'm tired. I'm tired of this world. I'm tired of this world, guys. And I think it's about time that, we get to have these serious conversations, about how prepared are we, for the soon return of Jesus, and how prepared are we that we are going to, sit, by His side on that blissful shore in the sweet by and by.
How I long to be there. How I long to meet my mama. How I long to meet my papa. There's a land, there's a land, there's a land that is fairer than day. Oh, there's a land that is the blessings that will hallow our day. There's a land that is fairer than 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 day.
Thank you so much, Rudo Acapella Zambia, for this inspiring hymn. And just want to maybe re-echo something that really got to me. You know, as we live our lives today, you know, we lose people, especially those that we regard to be so close to us. We lose people that possibly we consider dear, to us. And then, God has already created this space. God has already given us this opportunity where, hey, one day you are going to meet, your loved ones, um, the righteous loved ones, of course, that died in Christ, that died with the faith, kept the faith, and held steadfast, the blessed hope, that Jesus is coming, and they lived their life, in regard to that core, and that theology, and so even as today, I know we've lost people. We cry, we reminisce, we remember them, but bottom line is there is an opportunity, that you can meet your loved ones. So now is the time to prepare. If you're blessed to be a family that is still strong together, this is the time to begin to prepare. Hey, we still need to be together even in the afterlife. When Jesus comes, we don't need to, have any of our members, family members, that will miss this opportunity to just join us, as we go to heaven. It'll be such a beauty where you go with your family, you go with your husband, you go with your wife, you go with your children. It's going to be something amazing. And I would really, really love if it was in my capacity, to just say, hey, families, come on. Yeah, but at the end of the day, salvation is personal, and we all have a decision to make on how we are going to live our lives in anticipation for his soon return. Thank you so much, Rudo Acapella Zambia, and thank you so much to each and every one of you that is always tuned in to DNTV Zambia. Be blessed, and rest assuredly, just continue following, liking, and sharing for more content that will be dropping. Thank you so much. Be blessed and take care.